Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Krista B of Hot 97 and WBLS, and today I am here with the one and only Tara, the wife of the late great Biz Markie. Thank you for joining me, Tara. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me, Krista.
Of course, of course. So it was fate that we're able to do this right now because you happen to run into Melissa, who also works for the station, and you guys just hit it off so well. And she texted me and was like, "Oh, I have Biz Markie's wife here. Would you like to set up something with her?" And I'm like, "Yes, like by any means necessary. If she's okay with it, please let us set something up with her." And now we're here having a discussion on the night of the BET Hip Hop Awards. So how are you feeling overall about this?
Oh, I'm doing really well. A lot of people always, ask me, "How are you doing? Are you okay, sis? You lost your husband, all of that." And I get that and I appreciate it so much and I'm doing okay. And I always tell people like, this sounds crazy, but the best gift that, Biz gave me was that I had a year to let go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, if I was doing these interviews and all this type of stuff, I was a complete wreck. But because Biz was hospitalized for over a year, by the end, I was ready for him to get some relief. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm okay. Thanks, everybody.
Well, we're glad to hear that you're okay. And tonight is the BET Hip Hop Awards, and it's supposed to be a tribute none by his friend Big Daddy Kane. So how are you feeling? Like, how excited are you to see Big Daddy Kane pay him a tribute on the BET Hip Hop Awards tonight?
Oh man, I am so excited. Big Daddy Kane was one of the guys who kept up with me all year long, checking up on me, calling Biz, talking to him while he was in the hospital. Even afterwards, I talked to Kane, the day before the tribute, so we're real excited. I'm so excited that he's the one that's doing it. If we didn't have Biz Markie, there'd be no Big Daddy Kane. So it's just so fitting. And I'm so excited to see him tonight.
I'm excited to see it too. I want to go back to the history between Biz Markie and Big Daddy Kane. Like, I'm a '90s baby, so I really only know about from the music. But what was their history like before? Like, I know they came up together. They put the rap industry on. They took it to a whole new level with the music that they produced for the fans. So how was it growing up and seeing that with them, like their dynamic and their friendship?
Well, I'm going to tell you the way Kane has been interviewed, even saying this too. And we talk about all kinds of, crazy stuff when they were kids. But Kane, when he was trying to get on, when he was trying to come up, get in the rap game back in the late 80s, early 90s, no one would put him on. No one. So he was out there battling. That's what they used to do back in the day. Like real MCs were like battling back and forth, like on street corners and in studios and this and that. So the way I understand the story was Kane battled Biz and he won.
Oh, wow.
And Biz, instead of hating on him, he was like, "Yo, you're good. Stick with me. I'm going to get you a record deal." So it's a story, something like that. You have to ask Kane, like, really all the ins and outs, but that's what really happened. And that's why Kane loves Biz so much, because he was the only one that believed in him when they were young. And sure enough, he got a record deal and we got Big Daddy Kane.
Got Big Daddy Kane.
Yes.
That's actually a dope story. Like, you got to have friends like those in the industry and outside. You got to have those that you can come up with. Explain to me the type of person that Biz was, like not just in the rap industry, but an overall person, especially because he did that for Big Daddy Kane.
Of course, and that's how he was with everyone. I mean, Biz could be in Jersey Mike's and he could be telling the girl, "Look, yo, you put that lettuce on that bread, so dope." He was just so encouraging all the time, even in our household. Everybody loves Biz because he wasn't fighting with anyone. He was encouraging everyone all the time. So to answer your question, he was just like that at home. He was just like that at the supermarket. He was just like that, getting his hair cut. He was just so encouraging, so funny. He just made you feel good all the time. And that's not hyperbole. I'm telling you, when he would come home, maybe for just like two days, when he hit that door, me, my daughter, the dog, we would just come cascading down the steps like Biz is home. And he would just yell out, I'm home. And it would just be on. I swear. I never saw him in a bad mood. I've known Biz for 17 years, 18 years now. Rarely did I see him with an attitude or upset or cursing somebody out or trying to fight. Not ever. He was really like that all the time, just high on life.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's amazing. So Biz is he is well known for his beatboxing, his funny animated videos, his performances. Do you have a favorite? And this is like from a fan standpoint. Do you have a favorite Biz performance video or even movie cameo that he's done?
Oh my God. There's anything he was doing was hilarious. But I think the funniest thing that was going on like last week was him performing Benny and the Jets. Girl, he took off his shirt and everything. Biz was a rock star. You hear me? The epitome of confidence.
Yes.
But when he performed Benny and the Jets, every time he performed it, but I think the main one was when he did it for Radio City Music Hall. And he was frailing on the ground and singing, and everybody was just loving it.
The energy was high.
The energy was beyond high. You hear me?
I think awesome. My favorite Biz moment, and it's because it took me by surprise, when he was in Men in Black 2, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And this is when Tommy Jones had lost his memory, didn't know that aliens was real, and him and Will Smith had that beatbox like discussion.
Yes.
He was like, oh my gosh, like that's Biz Markie. And then, to see him again in Mario's Just a Friend 2002, when I knew him from his Just a Friend. And it's just like, it's crazy how, and it's good to see how just music translates and transcends into different generations. And I feel like Biz definitely transcended music to a whole nother level, from hip hop to R&B to rock, because he's singing Benny and the Jets.
Oh my God.
It's just amazing to see,
He did. He kept reinventing himself. He was an MC when he was young, and then he became a DJ, and he was an actor, and he just kept, and then at the end of his life, LL Cool J, gave him his radio show on Rock the Bells, and he was just getting into it. And that was short-lived, but he just kept reinventing himself.
It's a good thing. Like, nobody ever wants to feel like they're forgotten. And even Biz will never be forgotten. He's just a trendsetter. He's just a legend. He recently had a street named after him.
That's right.
Hometown. How was that ceremony? What was
that? Oh my God. Just sheer love. It was on the street that he actually grew up in, with his parents, with his natural parents. I believe it was West Street in Patchogue, Long Island, New York. Mm-hmm. And they changed it to Biz Markie Way. How awesome is that, Biz Markie Way?
Have a street. And if he was to see it, what would his reaction be to it? Like, what do you think his reaction would be if he was like there in the moment, in the physical, to see it?
I told you. That is exactly what he would say. I told you they were going to put street names, put my name on street names. Yes, Biz, Everybody knows, Biz, he's a huge, prevaricator. He loves to tell stories and, quote unquote, lying. But then when you think about it, years and months go by and it's like, damn, Biz was really telling the truth about that.
Mm-hmm. He manifested it. That's what he did.
Always. And that's what I always say. Like, you know what? Leave him alone. He's telling these little stories, but he is making it come true. And he did. He did. He had an amazing life. Amazing life.
That is amazing. So I know people ask you like, how do you cope? What do you do? How are you going to continue his legacy? So what is it that you are doing, or what is it that you want to do to keep Biz's legacy alive for those coming after us?
Oh my goodness. So, Biz is still keeping me busy. It's just so important for me to keep his legacy going. So I am the CEO of our foundation. It's called the Biz Markie Just a Friend Foundation. Now, we are the Biz Markie Just a Friend Fund right now because I am currently waiting for the IRS to approve me for 501c, which is just any day I'm waiting. So we have lots of things, planned in Biz's name. And mainly, Biz never really talked about this. His brothers and sisters are his brothers and sisters, but Biz kind of grew up in the foster care system. So everybody knows this family called the Parkers, and the Parkers are the ones that took Biz in when he was young, maybe, I don't know, 8, 10 years old. And they loved him and they encouraged him and they gave him what he needed. And what he wanted to do was hip hop. So what I want to do in, Biz's name and in our foundation is many things, but the main thing is to help transitional children. Sometimes when kids go into foster care, they don't have a toothbrush, or sometimes they don't have their own pajamas, or just simple things. So these are the things that we want to fundraise for, is transitional children, a meal, food, just simple things. So that's what we want to do with the Biz Markie Just a Friend Foundation. And just stay tuned, invite me back, until we get everything really rolling. But that's kind of, the gist of it, is just helping others, encouraging others, and giving kids the confidence they need to, do what they want to do, like Biz did.
That's amazing. And definitely, we will definitely invite you back. You were amazing to talk to. You're such a light, you know,
Oh,
such a light. I don't want to say strong, but of course you're holding everything down. You're keeping Biz's legacy alive. And we are so excited to see this tribute tonight on the BT Hip Hop Awards.
so am I. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, and thank you all for tuning in today. I'm Krista B with Miss Tara, and don't forget to watch the BET Hip Hop Awards tonight on BET. It comes on at 9 p.m. Bye.
Bye.